What's going on, traders? Yeah, I just want to get on here and share the trading day with you. Got a New York session underway and some kind of awesome news from Apex for those that are looking to start trading and don't have a bunch of money for evals. They have 250K, which is what we're going to be trading today. Accounts for, like, I wrote it down somewhere in my hodgepodge. It's like $18 or something. I don't know. I got a bunch of gibberish everywhere, but under 20 bucks. And so what we're going to do is kind of get a feel for what the chart is doing today. See if this uptrend record highs is going to continue, or if it's going to tank or consolidate or whatever. It's Friday, almost 10 o'clock. Missed the opening bell, kind of deliberately. It's like I find I've been losing a lot of trades in the first 15 minutes of the market, but then of the market open. But then generally about now till the rest of the day, pretty solid trading. And I'm tired of like digging a big hole for myself to spend the second half of the trading session getting out of. And so I'm just kind of adjusting how I'm doing things. And so I have 2 contracts long. I'm assuming this thing's going to continue to. Oh my goodness, look at all this junk. Let's back out of this. So what we got going? This this level here, 18,761, is the record high for NASDAQ. And so we have this previous swing low. We have a new uptrend up here. I'm going to go full-scale degenerate on one of these one of these 250K accounts, which is going to probably be any minute because it looks like it's getting to a bottom here. And I don't know if I'm going to go 27 contracts, the full max, just to do it, or do 10 contracts and then have. It's basically going to be either this is going to work or it's going to bust the account. And so I think when I did this math earlier, if I do a 130 tick stop and just let it run on 10 contracts, if I just hit 30, let's do this math. So a contract is $5. 10 contracts is $10. So we're at $50 a tick times 130 ticks equals $6,500, which is the max drawdown for a 250K account, which gives us a profit target of about 300 to pass the eval. And so I think while it's almost coming to a bottom here, we're just gonna wait, because this bull run's not gonna happen till this low right here either has a double bottom or an even higher low would be even more like powerful of a signal for an uptrend. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and measure this to see where we're at. See, if we bought it right now with those 10 contracts, we're still in a danger zone on some level. But let's see. There's 80. We'll wait till this drops even more. We'll get ready. I have the ad here to block the account numbers. I don't know if that matters or not, but I would like to. And we just got stopped out of our other trade. But we'll be prepared right now to go 10 cons as soon as that knife stops. Right there. We'll go 10 cons, and we'll just either bust or this could be, something awesome. So we're already kind of successful in the trade just by being patient there and waiting for it to get down to that zone. I'm going to get another account ready. So I think with the accounts being so inexpensive, probably just start trading with the 250Ks and treat them more modestly. Yeah, with a 100K account, one contract is almost a little heavy for New York. So at 250K, if we do 2 contracts, that should be a pretty sweet spot for us. So almost $2,100. And so let me get another account going. I'll wait for a buying opportunity. That's working out really nice. We're up at $3,000 profit. We got that baby right at the bottom of the wick. I'm kind of just waiting for a little pullback to get the other position in there, but and I might take profit along the way here just because the trailing drawdown. I'm really working hard at not chasing trades. I want to get in on the other position because we're really at the bottom of the stack here. I'm just going to get 2. And we're going to set the stop loss at 50 ticks. And 100 ticks take profit. And now we're just kind of let this thing cook. Targeting the top of the range here. It's almost 200 points. So with 2 contracts, 200 points would be about 2,000. And our goal for trading the 250Ks is 1%, the same as normal. It's the nice thing about trading is really once you understand what's going on, the only major difference then is it's adding zeros and stuff. If you know the math and know how to trade, you just start just getting bigger contract sizes. But you keep the same relative risk structure and everything. For me, I like to do 50. Let's get the calculator out so we can all be on the same page. And so when I'm not doing a degenerate account like I'm doing now, I like to do 0.5% risk. But a full 1-to-1, 1% risk. So if that makes sense. So say the account is 250K. 1% is $2,500. So I like to target 100 ticks for a bigger swing trade type thing. Not a swing trade, but more of a bigger swing than a scalp. And so, so basically the way I set it up, so is I do 100 ticks to make 1%. And so each trade that's not degenerate is half of that. So we'll do 1,250. And that would be at 50 ticks. generally. You know, it's basically. Sorry, I'm like watching this P&L as I'm trying to explain this risk structure, and so yeah, basically I'll shoot for 50 to make 100, and if I lose the 50, that's only a 0.5% risk, and I'll just be done for the day. Or then I'll dial it back even more and do one more a quarter risk. But if it's the right situation, just do a 1-to-1, risk 100 ticks to make 100 ticks. But let's get back to this trade. So far, this is working out at $5,600. First sign of weakness. I'm gonna. Oops, I didn't mean to close all. But that's fine. We're still in a little bit of a danger zone for a downtrend. We'll see, see how we're doing here. So up on the one, the generator account pretty big. We'll try to see if we can pass this guy today. We're just going to wait for a buying opportunity, which could happen at any minute here. As we're waiting, which account did I freaking have that big loss on? I don't know. I don't remember. And part of why I'm hanging back is because we are in a downtrend. We had a new high. We did have that wick down that we just had an awesome trade on. But let's be abundantly cautious to see what it does when it drops down again. I don't want to keep going back and forth. I have been doing that, trying to ride these waves, but during New York session, I really would rather just catch the bigger move. And this could be a big move. I mean, that's 100 points right there, just from up here to down there. But we have a new high that breached those, so we'll see where this lands and then catch a falling knife. And we'll get our account ready. And we're here, just going to do a market order. That's still about 50 ticks of risk from here to here, so we'll wait till it gets at least to this level, at 18,625. That way it's a good risk to reward. Up here it'd be still like a 1-to-1 risk. We'll wait till it drops down, wait for it to come to us. And we'll be real mindful of what the price action's doing. Right here be our threshold to catch a falling knife. We're going to catch this with the non-degenerate account. Hopefully the one that's starting to show strength. So going ahead and just getting in on it. Meanwhile, you know, that this account here, let me put a stop loss and take profit and close these working orders. That's a really big deal. 150. Get on the DGen account, get ready to make a big 10 contract move here, depending on what it does. We have 2 seconds remaining. Almost there. And we're in, so we'll see how these accounts do. But like I said, for the 250K, 1250 will be max loss, because that's half of 1%. For the degenerate account, I'm just going to either just let it run or let it just blow the account. And that mainly just because I'm trying to pass it in one day. Trying to pass it not only in one day, but on a live stream for everybody to see. But then also, you know, it's under $20, so who gives a shit? I feel like it'll be good entertainment on some of them. You know, and if $20 is a lot for you, if you're still at that like level of consciousness where, or you know, somewhere in the world where that that'll buy a lot of stuff for you. Not to sit there and talk shit about $20, but you're really buying a loss limit. You know, when you're buying an evaluation. You know, so like 100K, you can only lose like $3 grand, which makes you have to structure your risk to reward a little different in the number of contracts. But you know, with the 250K, it's like 6,500. So once you pass it, you could trade it like a 100K account, go for 1%, and then not be so overly concerned with the trailing drawdown. Like the trailing drawdown is something on Apex to be mindful about, because if you go too big of size and it goes in your favor, for example, say it goes up, you know, you max contract at 27, and it moves up and down, and you don't capitalize on it. Yeah, if you don't capitalize on it and it goes back down to maybe $100 and you close the trade, well, your trailing drawdown went up 5,000 to keep up with that. So I mean, it can kind of screw you if you're not being mindful about it. I think part of why they do it is so that you're more consistently using appropriate sizing. It kind of doesn't matter all that much for evals, but once they turn into actual PA accounts, which is funded accounts, you're trading with real capital, and it's like you don't get to withdraw 250K, but you can withdraw any of the profits that you make on 1%. I mean, that's like $2,500 a day. I think with Apex you can withdraw twice a month. So basically that bottom was just slightly higher than this previous one. So I would assume, based on now, we're shooting up to that 1863 level and possibly overtaking it and shooting for this even higher level at 18,685. Where are we at now? So we got that about down here somewhere. Yeah, that's a 200 point move to that guy, about 100 points from there to there. 10 contracts, that's what, 5 grand? 50 times 100. And the evals are kind of like a numbers game, really. With the 250, it's nice to have that breathing room in the trailing stop. But my game plan for the trailing stops is not on the typical ones, 50 to 100, 2 contracts. That's going to be my, maybe 3 to be a max. Because if I'm shooting for 100, if I have 2 contracts, that's 2 grand, which is almost 1%. And that gives a decent amount of stop loss, breathing room for the guys that are trading, a little bit tighter. Some guys are just trying to get 20 points, 30 points, risking 10. I tried trading like that, where a little bit smaller, but you just have to be a lot more accurate. Maybe in the future, when I have this dialed in a little bit better, doing 27 contracts to get 30 ticks or so. And get the calculator. So 27 contracts times $5 a piece. 27, that moves 135 a tick. So if we do 30 ticks, it'd be $4,000. I'm still holding this just because that was higher than that previous 10:16 a.m. A lot of times that we are in a downtrend. A lot of times that reversal happens now till about lunchtime. Put a take profit 100. Me personally, I like trading on prop firm accounts versus my own money, mainly because it takes a lot of the stress out of the equation. I was trading Forex with my own money, but if you're getting new, like if you're new to trading and you're new to kind of all of this, me personally, it's so emotional and it's so easy to get emotionally hijacked if you start to lose. And then start doubling down and start gambling and becoming a degenerate. It's really easy to blow through a lot of cash trying to make it back, and revenge trade and all that kind of stuff. with an eval, if you're trading an eval the way you would an actual funded account, instead of just becoming hyper emotional and like trying to rush the process and not being patient. This is stuff I have been guilty of like, doing an eval for like a week or two and then just getting frustrated and this just like, you know what, fuck it, let's just do max contracts and just let it run. But the problem with that is if you have these bad habits, because once you pass the eval you still have to pay to activate the account, which ranges I think from 100-ish to like 200. Supposedly Apex has a that's part of the deal with the 250Ks. It's even the activation's not that much, but like Top Step, they're a little bit more. Not right now though. I mean, right now they've got a deal for like $20 or $30 for an eval, but I'm not liking how that's getting lower highs, but that's okay. We'll still hold these. I don't think the shorts, because this swing low down here was still higher than that swing low over here. I have a higher high. This low is higher. A lot of those are strong indicators to me that price is going to go up. Plus, who doesn't like a bull run on Friday after just breaking new highs the previous couple days? It's easy to get swept away in that momentum, though, and that energy of thinking, oh, it's just going to keep going up and up and up and becoming way too bullish. That can be a problem. But, the thing with the evals, kind of back to what I was saying, it's just, you can catch these bad habits before it's really costing you a ton of money. And then to make those changes. And it's like, you spend $20 on an eval, yeah, you might blow through the loss limit, a couple grand or whatever, but you're really only out the cost of the eval and the time and effort and energy and the emotions involved. But we're almost where we need to be. I'm going to take profit about 5 grand whenever it gets to a good stopping spot that makes sense, instead of clicking close all like I've been doing, which is probably why I'm in the hole on one of these accounts. I like to use the P&L as an indicator of what the price is doing, like for price action. This looks laggy. That low is higher than the previous one still, which is another strong indicator that we're about to blast off to the upside. Let me see how we're doing on our stuff over here. So one of these guys, both of the 250Ks need a lot of work here. And I think these 250s at the moment are single day pass, so that's another reason I'm kind of doing this. I just can't remember the consistency rule. If that was Apex or if that was Top Step. That's another reason I'm kind of taking profits. I'm going to close this. I don't like that weakness up there. I'm going to close all of these guys, get in a better position. Not like how weak this is acting up here. Let's see how that affected these accounts. So what I'm going to, so you can see one of these accounts is at $300 and something. I'm gonna hide this from you guys so I can see what the heck is that account. Okay, let's get that guy in the green here. We'll wait for this to retrace a little bit. And then we'll part of the strategy for me is even when it's at the top of this wick looking like it's going to break out, it may break out, and there's like that slight sensation of like I'm missing out. A lot of that comes from, you know, thinking that moves like that never happen. They happen all the time, and so instead of being reactive to breakouts, when it's, you know, almost train your mind to do the opposite of what it wants to do. Like when you see it at the very top of these candlestick wicks, the fear reaction is, oh, I'm missing out, I'll never get in on this, so I need to get in at the worst possible time, which is at the top of the stick. Because from the top to even that bottom, that's 30 ticks. $5, if you have one contract, that's $150 in the hole off the bat just by bad placement, hoping that it breaks out. Does it break out sometimes? Yeah, but it's more about the habit of it, developing that mindset of, oh, I buy when it's red, I don't buy when it's green. I almost put 10 contracts on the 100 or the 250 non-degenerate account. What just happened? Did I just get a winner somehow? I don't know what's going on with that, but it's ultra important on Quantower especially. I have it as a working orders tab, like right next to the positions. It's so important to make sure you close these. You know, part of Apex's new rules is having a stop loss and take profit. I'm just gonna do those as an order. 50 to 100, but if at 30 ticks it's not looking like it's going in our favor, cut it. I think that's getting ready to blast off. I get 10 contracts ready to rock and roll here. I have the bigger perspective going on the 3-minute. The 1 minute's nice for like the micro details, but 3-minute is a little bit better for the bigger picture, the bigger trend, which is what really more interested in anyway, is that bigger trend. And so now it's starting to become more and more obvious, hopefully to the traders in the room, that we have a new higher low right here, breaking out of that zone. If you guys kind of see it, that and that is the lows. That one's higher than that previous one over here. Then there's an uptrend there, and then there's an uptrend. there's really not much for price to go to besides this level up here. And then hopefully the cream of the crop move is testing that all-time high. But we'll just have to sit back and be patient and see what happens. I seen someone post something on Twitter that said if your boyfriend uses stop losses, you don't have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend. Now, stop losses are really important, even though I might not be the best advocate, living example of that. Some of my biggest losses come from thinking that I'll be able to have the wherewithal to push the flatten button. That's kind of why I like just sticking to, because for me, part of when I start to become insane, I just start clicking the order button too much, and then everything starts looking like A+ setups. So this is the first area that needs to break through to go to that new high. Just this little micro area. There's would be a lot of people that are trying to short and they got their stop losses in this area. Stop losses are just another type of order. So price moves to where all the orders are. I'm going to get out of that position. I don't like how weak that's looking. And then close all those working orders. And we'll wait for another buying opportunity. I change some of these colors around so they look more visually appealing. I think red is a good all-time high color. It's a bold look. Let's see how we're almost now to we've almost passed this freaking 250K account. We're up to 10 grand. All right, so but the oops. I'm gonna hide the account numbers. But I mean, as you can see, almost got the one back to break even. But then we got that degenerate that we might end up passing here in the next couple trades, up 10,000. Just gotta play this guy smart here. I'm gonna go ahead and get in on another move here on the degenerate account, just because I feel like it is going to bust through that level and then have a pretty big breakout. But then I'm going to try to get the other one. Again, this is buying at the top of the range, hoping for breakouts, which is not really the part of the game plan, but just with what's going on down here, it seems pretty obvious that we're on an uptrend. And I'm hoping all the traders are like, oh, let's get a fucking bull train. Kind of breaking through this little area of resistance here. Top of the range, basically. Seems like the trend is upwardly. I feel like it'll be really off to the races once we crack that high. It'll be a straight shot to the record highs, hopefully. We're getting up there on the 3-minute chart to breaking those previous. I don't like the weakness. I'm gonna cancel that. We're at a zone where in a pretty big uptrend. Let's see if we can catch a retracement. Ugh, what am I doing? Let's see. We got everything up now. We're kind of a far way away though from the 2,500 1% profit target on the actual non-degenerate accounts. Kicking ass on the degenerate account. Look at that, 88.24 win rate in the zone. Be very mindful of the shorts though. One of my downfalls from yesterday was being way too bullish. It's kind of looking like it's starting to retrace down a little bit. Let's do a fib from that previous low to there. So we'll just hang back until we see what this move is. Yesterday there's like a couple times where there's like a couple 100-point cliff dives. But we'll see where this lands. I don't necessarily want to catch this falling knife with full size. But I'm not going to be super bullish either. I'm going to just wait to see. I would prefer, 30 ticks is our 1 to 3. I'd feel really comfortable buying it right there. What it's doing now, I might actually end up shorting with one contract, just in case it retraces. But the reason I'm doing that is just because you know, that risk there is 30 to make 100. Does that make sense, that logic? Instead of like hoping it just breaks out, which it could, I'm only risking for one contract, and my normal size for 200 is two contracts, so light risk. I'm wanting to get a long position in down here anyway, so instead of just waiting for it to drop with no value, I guess, over here, yesterday, Rhythmic, which is the be mindful to close this guy, because like I said, I don't want to buy it on that first retracement just because it's so risk to reward's not there for 100 ticks. I wouldn't be into buying a breakout until it broke out and then dropped again. Then I'd try to get it if I'm disciplined enough to do that. We'll keep an eye on the P&L to kind of gauge the room here. It seems like it's delayed a little bit. It's saying it's not up here. It seems to be a little glitchy, which I don't necessarily trust that if it's being glitchy. Looks like where I live is about to start raining. And so what we're looking for to either cut this loose or not, we're just looking for that change of momentum. New lows, weak highs. Like, to me, that's almost like a double top. It's not decisive enough for me to want to put any more accounts at risk as far as like multiple positions. But it's important to realize where we're at in the bigger picture. Brand new highs, record highs. A lot of times record highs are followed by record point drops the following day. Yeah, a new candlestick closing lower than the previous, which shows a lot of weakness. But the 3-minute looks like the lows are kind of going up and up. But the upper trend here. Didn't break those highs, and it didn't even come close to touching them. So the reason I'm being abundantly cautious today, as far as like being bullish, is just from yesterday. I'm gonna clean these charts up. There was a bunch of weird stuff going on with these charts yesterday too, but we had boom, 200-point drop, another 200-point drop from the highs, almost 400 points. So do I just have blind trust that this is going to keep going up? I don't know. We do have a higher low here than that previous low, but we're kind of petering out. But you can see on the P&L, like a balloon is slowly starting to go up. So let's get back on the 1 minute. Down, 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 up. I'm going to get out of this position. I'm going to get 2 contracts. I'm going to wait for not to be at the top of the range. Let's see if it breaks out of that little zone here. It looks like that bottom has been found there as part of the reasoning. If you look at the lows, they're kind of trending up. We'll go the degenerate account too. Let's see if it breaks out. Important to kind of remember too, there's fees and whatnot on trades if they're successful even. So even closing them at kind of a break even can kind of take a little bit out of the P&L. I'm really just hoping to see a big breakout right now. We need one. 1047. It's wanting to. Let's have a Friday bull run. Is it gonna break out? Is it gonna break out? Thinking about having a breakout. 2 seconds. Not a huge optimistic candle there. It's kind of the doji indecision. Is it going to go up or down? 50-50. and get it out of that. So still up a little bit on these other accounts. I'm gonna short it. No, it's gonna break out. I don't know what it's doing. I'm gonna just stop what I'm doing. Hands in pocket. Let's go degenerate. Let's go 10. We're going to breakout. Either this thing breaks out or it don't. Did kind of break out a little bit. And thing to keep in mind with the this account is that it might be up 10 grand, but the trailing drawdown is following pace with the profit. So let's get out of this guy. I don't trust that it's not going to get shorted. I think I'm going to want to short it. Oops, I think I just did that on the wrong account. You know, those working orders just sitting there. I'm gonna close that because I think I'm on the wrong account. Yeah, I was on the wrong account. I'm just gonna do one account on a breakout here. I would consider this almost like a sideways range, which are very sketchy for get out of this freaking thing. I'm just gonna short this. I don't think this has this momentum. It seems like it's petering out. And as I say that, get a big engulfing candle there. Go for that breakout one more time. And then I'll be done. Probably trading the degenerate account, because I'm starting to get a lot of losses. But I think everybody wants to see a big breakout today, even though it looks like we're petering out. Actually, I'm going to short this. We're going to peter this out on a short. See how it looks like it's kind of petering out. On the 3 minute, it's a little bit more obvious. From where we're at to down here at this other low, we can get 100 ticks. And cancel these working orders. You can see why I just added 18 onto there. We'll let it ride. Let's get out of that actually. Just waiting for a good selling opportunity. As high as it's going to get. And we'll get it at the highest point. We got 10 seconds. This is moving $50 a tick, basically. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 weak ass 3 minute candles. Considering, you know, we're in record high territory and the shit that was going on yesterday with getting shorted, I just don't see it being a bull run anymore. Cancel all those working orders. Take profit at 100. It should be $5,000 winner if we get up. Let me close this guy down. There, now we can see the so our take profits right there. It's looking weak. Never be too crazy with it, you know, because it is NASDAQ, it is a bull market, but you can kind of see that the energy of this is just, oh, let's go up, up, up. No, 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 no. Back down. It's almost 11 o'clock. Didn't peter out there, but we'll see what happens here. We got a new 3-minute candle, new 1-hour candle, new low. Looks like the bottom's about to fall out. I kind of like being in shorts, almost better than bull trends, because they are so much more decisively fast. Not all the time, you know. Sometimes bull trends can be like Bitcoin or whatever, or it just becomes like almost parabolic. But in bear market moves, it just is big downward things really fast as people panic sell. And all the people hoping for a breakout. And so like the previous low is down over in here. So I wouldn't be surprised if it either blasts through that low to test a new low, since we didn't get the breakout to the upside. I gotta be mindful of what the P&L is. I might have to take this just so it doesn't screw up my trailing threshold. We're like a 50-point move right now. There it goes. I'm just taking profit right now. I don't know what just all that was. Up to 11.9, whatever. That was working order bullshit. That just cost $500 on the trade. I'm gonna see if I can chase this with some more accounts real quick. Yeah, I'm just gonna chase that. We're going to close those, cancel them. Reason being, this thing could now shoot off to the upside. Be a total switcheroo here and do a buy. We'll get ready for it right here. 2 contracts. I'm not even sure what account I just bought that on. Cancel all these working orders. I don't trust what the hell's happening. Part of it, have this thing getting filled out every time we make an order, so should we get a total degen, put 10 contracts in a buy? Let's see how we're doing. Up 400, 700. That low is higher than that previous low. I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to put 10 contracts. This could have been a bonehead move. I'm going to close this. We got 11 o'clock. I don't know. I'm going to just leave it open. We'll see what it does. That low is higher than that previous low over here. We'll see if this this momentum keeps going back up from where we're at now to up here. Even is almost 100 ticks. But a lot of these downward moves up are called bull traps. The longer we get green candles closing on the chart over here, the better it is for our position. Catching that reversal. This might be a big blast off since that low was higher than the previous. I have my finger on the button now to close it down. On the 3-minute, it looks like we're hitting a resistance zone of a previous candle close, so we'll see how that lasts. I don't like that weakness. Mainly because of the threat of bull traps. I'm going to make sure all the working orders are closed. And bull traps look a lot like that, where, not to say this won't just blast off, because hopefully it does for people selling it, but that's a 50% retracement. A lot of times you'll see a big downward move, maybe get that 50 or 30, and then continue to the downside. It's like a false hope for for bulls, like, oh, I just caught that falling knife, and then it gets shorted again and drops even more. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, so we got one account up to 1430, which is halfway there. This one's at 400, but then we got this guy's almost the passing. I think I only need 15 grand to pass out. I'd love to pass it live for you guys. But you can see it's starting to drop. I'm gonna actually put a, let's try to pass this guy. Let's think of this as a bull trap. It's so close to kind of getting that pass. I'm gonna hold it for you guys. Hopefully we get a big downward push and we can get that last little bit and pass the eval. I'm gonna close it. I don't trust what it's doing. That low kind of double bottom on the other one. Alright, that's 11.11. I think that's a good stopping spot. I mean, we kind of kicked ass for what we did do today. Almost 13 grand. In the 250k Apex account. Pretty good win, you know, pretty on it today as far as the win-loss goes. About 60% accurate, 67 on 40-something trades. I mean, those are decent stats or whatever. And so hopefully this was helpful for you guys. I'm only going to trade these on the live stream, so we're going to call these accounts done for now. I might trade this degen during power hour. I have the 150k that I've been more doing the power hour in. Oh, it's almost looking like a move to the upside. I'm going to resist the urge to fuck with it. We're already doing really good, and part of my trading journey lessons are to walk away. And I'm already starting to feel a little bit of resistance, you know, as far as like the degen account, because I want to pass it. If that breaks out, I'm gonna try it one more time for you guys. Let's see if this breaks out. I don't know why there's so many working orders. Try to pass this one more time for you guys. I just want to catch that on a live stream. We got a new high. Let's see if we can catch a big win for the live stream and pass this 250k challenge for everybody to see. Obviously, I'm going pretty heavy with 10 contracts, but And these are only like under $20 for this evaluation, so I don't really feel like I'm risking all that much, really, in the grand scheme of things. And get out of it. It's showing too much weakness. It didn't hit that 38.2. I actually might short it right now. Just try to get that freaking... It didn't hit that level. I'm gonna do one more, and it could just drop. This is the kind of shit where I should stop trading. But it didn't hit that 38.2. To me, it shows weakness. And if the energy is weak, I go for the trade. See if this falls off a cliff. I'm just gonna close this. I'm feeling way too much resistance in holding this because I'm starting to get afraid I'm gonna lose it, and so, yeah, 14,595, so close. What do I gotta hit? I'm gonna short it one more time. It'll be small stop. Alright, let's see if this thing drops. If not, I'm just going to get out of it and call her a day. At the 50% retracement level, let's see what it does. Let's see if it goes or if it drops. It's starting to look like it's petering out again. It's 11, soon to be 20. right, let's see if we get it. It was a pretty decisive drop there, but we have to break the lows before it really is like a winner. That was still a higher low, and then it bounces up like that. It shows buyers trying to catch a bottom. Pretty small stops on this, try to, if it does tap it. But we're just going to rest these stops above that 50% retracement where we're having a little bit of resistance. If we zoom in, the highs are not really cracking out like it was. And let's see if the move goes down. It probably will. Buyers are looking pretty weak. Although the sellers aren't pushing this price down very aggressively either. But don't be surprised once everybody kind of gets on board. This thing can tank fast. I don't like how those lows aren't being broke though, but all it takes is that one. Really, we're looking more at the tops. In a short position, the tops are what we're kind of watching, making sure they're not getting higher highs and higher. And then for the bullish energy, we're looking at the bottoms of the wick. I'm going to close out. We're going to call that a day. It just broke that new high. The downward pressure isn't very much. We're still at 13,430 for the day. And we still have power hour, so might hopefully get that past during power. I gotta look to see what the actual profit target is. I think it's 15 grand. So we're really close to it. So other than that, oh wait, what we got going? We got some movement. We're chasing. New low. I just really want to pass this for you guys. And this will be the last trade. Yeah, we got a new push to the upside, and that wasn't shit. Like I said, I love bear markets because they just tank so fast. Whereas a lot of like the bull markets, it almost feels like a slow grind. New low. You see a lot of sellers pushing that price back down. New low. And we'll see what happens. I'm just going to hold up. I'm going to hold it to that previous. Yeah, yesterday the shorts were just vicious. I have a lot of resistance around this fib level. And we're out of the trade. I want to chase it, but let's see where we're at. How big of a loss was that? Alright, let's just get out of here before we lose all this profit. I'm going to make sure our working orders are done. Alright. Well, I feel like I tried, guys. Oh, fuck. I mean, it's just so tempting. And we're in it again. Just one more. This might be the downfall here. That was just a weak. I think it almost looks like a double top to me. Got to be mindful of the trailing drawdown though. That was nice, that closed bearish. And this will be the last attempt to try to pass this in the morning session here. We got the new 15-minute, new 30-minute candle. This is like prime time money shot for New York for a big move before launch. And again, that attempt to go even higher pretty much failed. You know, it didn't breach that high over here. Let's see if we get a big drop and can pass this eval. When you see those prices going up, one of the ways you can kind of avoid freaking out is to look at those as opportunities to get more positions in instead of it's going against me. It's like, oh, people can load up on another sell position. So basically the low is right there to break, which looks like it's about to. Mm, 2 seconds. Let's see if it busts through this low. If it doesn't, I'm going to close the position. It's just too weak. Too weak for me, at least. I don't have the stomach for it right now. 1277, so we're close to passing this guy. I would fucking do it one more time. One more time. Let's see if we can get it. Just a quick scalp here. Let's see how far this guy drops. Get out of it. I don't trust what's happening. And like I said, I'm starting to get too much resistance about losing this, and I'm not making right decisions. And so, with that being said, thanks everybody for liking, sharing, subscribing, be hitting the power hour. It looks like the daily recap here. Let's just for people's sake here. So we made almost $12,000 on the one Apex account, 1,430 on the other, and 400. Green day overall, but we'll see what the power hour, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time, what that will bring. I just can't get enough of this. I just have a feeling it's going to drop like 200 points. Yeah, I just feel like it's just going to drop this big. I'm just going to get out of it. Stop fucking with it. Okay. 1,200, 405. Okay, we're done. No more. Finito for today, for this session. So let me jump in the chat, see if anybody's in here. It looks like the chat is not even loaded, but check that one. It looks fine. So with that being said, appreciate you guys liking, sharing, subscribing, all the social networking things. I appreciate you stopping by, watching me trade and all that kind of fun stuff. And until New York session power hour.